It's gonna be a long day, isn't it?
Saiah Abrams. Common start for Abrams, Infernal Resilience against the extra health regen. Very beneficial for early laning. Otherwise, he's big and squishy. Instead of just being big. I get extra regen, and he just goes full sustain. So now you can play a little bit more aggressively. One of Abrams' biggest weaknesses in the early game is how weak his gun is. And Saiah right now plays a traditionally different Abrams than what we commonly see in the meta right now. And he tends to go more into the full spirit aspect of it. He goes more of like the Victor Abrams build rather than the standard like tempo Abrams where you have your gun spike relatively early into the game. But I do like what Saiah is doing. His next buy is Resto Shot. And he's going full sustain. This is a great pin. Even though he doesn't get the even though he doesn't get the stun off for the free punch, he still chills out, like he's still able to get the kill. But he pushes them out of position. I will say though, Lome never parrying until the very end is a little sus. But I don't know if he didn't expect to get punched like 4 times in a row. And it goes to show that sometimes doing the bad play will end up being the good play. Because people just won't expect it. More so only works when you're playing at the highest level. There was a little bit of a standstill there because of the melees, or they didn't want to get parried, so they were kind of both reading each other in that sense. But I like how he still took different angles. He went to play a little bit, like he went from the rooftops, like similar to like a lash, and look for a slam that way, which is kind of interesting. And another big thing is Saiya's very effective at farming on this character, and because he plays the Victor Abrams style, his team is usually more willing to give him money in most cases. And he'll end up being very, very rich. He min-maxes the character very, very well. I love this. Right, immediately after the wave prio, he immediately goes to grabs the roof boxes. And the reason why he's going for the roof boxes rather than the ones underneath is generally because of the golden statue buffs. If my editor can pull out the golden statue buffs graph later into the game, that'd be nice. But yeah, for the golden statue buffs, they essentially help him scale into the game and supplement any stats that he's normally missing. But he's trying to play behind them. He's looking for these flanks, looking for these charges to pull them into the Guardian or into a worse position, which allows them for a good trade. And he's constantly just zoning them away. And because of this, they can put the pressure onto low main. And as a Yamato Geist lane, losing to an Abrams Infernus lane feels really bad. So mentally, this can be very taxing. Arcane Surge is great for when you're playing for your 1. Getting the extra bit of duration and range on it helps a lot for sustaining and damage. It also can help with shoulder charge as well, increasing the stun length, as well as how far you can, well, just the stun length it is. And how far you can end up charging. But yeah, the moment the camps are up, he immediately goes to farming them. And he leaves Osis in the or it is Osis, right? Yeah, he leaves Osis in the solo lane to farm up, and he's just gonna take all their jungle camps. When Victor Brahms was the meta, I love doing this as well. And you can even look to steal other jungle, like the enemy team's jungle too, just because of how fast you clear it with Siphon Life. And that was a great dive.
Let's stick together.
The Eternus popped ult to make it so the Geist couldn't chase him as well. But you can see that Saiah has been constantly healthy throughout this entire lane. And that is just the benefit of going double regen items in the game. He's just making sure that Osis is able to get out safely. And because we're talking about Saiah here, they're okay with him having the solo lane and taking the farm. And the reason why Saiya's not playing super aggressively into this is because of the Geist swap. He doesn't want to risk getting swapped and dying. And this is how he's min-maxing pretty well. He's playing his life really strong. He's pretty much playing like a carry, but as a frontliner. But he's not overextending into the characters who have a high chance of just bursting him down quickly. Because if the guy swaps him, he gets to already pretty low into Yamato, and he just loses out on the lead. Even though they've lost the Guardian, they're up money. Which is the big thing that, and generally the more important thing in this game. At least for the early game. And Lome's just having a rough time. This is a pesky little sinner steal from Saiah. A good movement to get out. That just shows his comfort on the character. That's a huge kill onto League too. Getting kills onto their carries early just makes their game so much harder. And the thing is, he's not scared to, he's not resetting just because he's going to heal up so much off the use of Siphon Life. And this is beautiful as well. If you look at the wave state, all the lanes are pushed, he has people around him, he's able to safely take these sinners. Actually, editor, if you're able to put a counter for the buffs, the golden statue buffs, that'd be fucking great. Because it actually is crazy how many sinners he's already taken. He's already taken 4 this game, and it's 9 minutes in, or 10 minutes in.
My fault. I see pockets. Take a nap, kid.
Wouldn't it be better to give the doubles to the carry? Not entirely. Because your carry already will scale into the game regardless. Giving your doubles to someone who wants to scale quickly or scales better with stats is better to give it to the... Because like carries scale better with items. But other characters like tanks or just like roamers scale better with stats. So it's almost better to give the stats to those characters than giving it to a carry. Sure, it's okay to give it to a carry, but like, in a sense, isn't Saiah also a carry in this type of game? Good hook by Goober. This is making the league have such a rough time. There you go. And this is why it was good for, even though they lost the Guardian, they're just gonna get the money back from taking their Guardian just later. Like they were up in money. Saiya's farming pretty much at a 900 souls per minute pace at this point in the game, which is crazy on a front line. And they just have so much control of the game. And his healing is also nuts. Let's Lock its great burst healing. It's paired up with healing booster. The healing that he has is just crazy. I believe Saiah ended the game with like 45k healing or something. And then there's also slowing hex to just prevent anyone from really running away. So like things for the Apollo, Lash. Just makes their lives a little bit more difficult. And this is another way to get these golden statue buffs. Is you come down to Treasure Room. None of the sinners are up, besides the one to the right of him. So he just decides to go to the Treasure Room in order to get these stats. Because for those who don't know, the Treasure Room is the area below mid, but what it is essentially the souls equivalent to to sinners, or to double sinners, but the buffs of 1.
I see the enemy.
I see Lash.
He's just staying close by in case Goober needs help. And he's help healing. I will say though, it is kind of crazy how many heavy melees he's just allowed to rip on them. Yeah, Locket is really good now. It got buffed from 0.32 to 0.05 scaling. So right now it's 31 per stack, and that's 30 times 20 pretty much. Which is roughly a 600 burst heal. He gets Dispel Magic to remove any anti-heal that's on him, and Heal Bane for the resets on any of the kills that he gets. There's the burst heal from Rest Locket. And he's healing so much. Even though he doesn't have much, he's pretty much full green, which is just allowing him to stay alive in these fights. The amount of healing he's getting back from Infernal Resilience, as well as anything else like Locket, Healing Booster, Siphon Life, is allowing him to stay alive in these fights. He's just there to be a body rather than do a lot of the damage. Huge charge. That's a great fight.
Let me show you how it's done.
And he wants to immediately set up onto the bridge buff. But he's just being a menace now. He's at 15k. He's farming at 1k souls per minute now. And this is just insane. He's just able to take a lot of space by himself. And this is how you push your lead as a frontline. When you're so tanky and like so hard to kill, you can just walk at them pretty much. That's what he did. He just walked at low main. Low main's not going to be able to kill him by himself. He's too tanky. Especially with Saiah having like 19 and 8 spirit res from things like Dispel and Resto. They're just able to do a lot. And I'm assuming what happened here is the scout from Doorman made them recognize that there was 4 people over there, so they just looked to take the walker. Leffa is buying a lot of time, but it's not going to be enough. He's still going to die. Great pin. Good slowing hacks to make it so he can't cloak out. Even if he tried. Use the Resto Locker for the stamina. Let him get out. And now he has charge. Good movement. And this is a nice early mid-boss call. All their waves that have importance are good. And they're just stacking the dead lane. So they just rush mid-boss down with all the shred from like Calico bombs. As well as things like Venator. Well, Venator doesn't have shredding rip in shred right now, but they have like the Spirit Shredder bullets and whatnot. Great fight. Even though they only got 2 regen crystals, they just ripped through it. They won the fight, and that's what matters the most. So they bought extra duration for the Siphon Life, as well as Spirit Snatch, just extra little bit of shred. Great for Abrams, who can shoulder charge into a free melee. And he's just abusing low main. And I like how he's trying to steal these sinners as well. Even though they don't have the reaches anymore, they still have the lead. Saiah's beefy. He can look to take a lot of space even by himself.
Let's see what this book can do. You gotta try a lot harder than that.
I am a little bit surprised they are contesting this. Just because Power's Fuels do have the resistances. But they're playing this fight very well. They still end up losing the rift, but they're just going to take the fight afterwards and they're all just going to die.
Careful, Abrams. I see Yamato.
And I like how he's still baiting the Yamato to go in. Even though he's low, he still had Wrestle Locket and Dispel Magic up to try and bait low main into taking bad fights. But yeah, now all they're going to do is they're just going to look to invade and wait until mid-boss and or earn, which is up in another 20 seconds, to just end the game. Or to create their first push into the game. Or first big push, I should say. And he's just invading, he's taking everything. And he's really just sucking up all the farm on the map. Or at least all the golden statue buffs. And he's just taking everything in the process. He's like a lawnmower. There's another +4 for golden statue buffs. He's stealing even more sinners. So right now, Saiah's just giga statted from statue buffs. He's not scared to take anything. Yeah, so they're just chilling, waiting for the next mid boss. Making sure that the waves are good, then they're gonna look for a pick.
I see the enemy.
Boundless for more damage. Especially with all the golden statue buffs he has. A decent portion of them should be spirit, which is just adding or multiplying how many golden statue buffs he actually has. Good hook attempt.
Let's take out guys.
But they're just looking for a pick. Mid boss is spawning in about a minute, so they're just looking to take control of as much space as they can. And Saiah's tanky, he can take all of this. He's getting heavily chased. Honestly, I feel like it's almost better to let the Yamato go in on him. His teammates were coming, and he can maybe turn a fight there. But it's okay not to take any risks. Big charge. That's one pick immediately, right out the bat. Good movement to get out, too. And he can't pop the Wrestle Locket until afterwards because of the Affliction. And now he's back to the decent HP pool, and he's gonna look to play this fight. Or look to play the remnants of this fight. Good dodge from the pocket to avoid the pin. Big pin. Surprisingly though, he actually didn't do too much in the fight. This was a movie from Saiah. They're just so tanky. Yeah, this is game 3. And just like that, they get another mid-boss. Yeah, he's getting a lot of his abilities out. Or their abilities out. At this point, he had more than 52. I'm pretty sure he's closer to like 60 or 70 at this point.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I had to. It was not intended. But I had to. I don't have it banned in my chat. You can say it, HPK. Saiah 7. What's the Japanese one? Roku Nana. But he's just being a really big body in these fights. I don't think it's this one, but I think it's the next mid boss.
The righteous. I see the doormat.
But this is just pure domination.
Let's push Broadway.
He's just so tanky. So they're just gonna take the base, reset. They do give up the rift, but it doesn't matter to them. There's nothing there.
I see Yamato.
It's more important to take the base.
Good job. See Lash.
Good mental timer on the knockdown. He knew he had time to chill out for a few seconds before getting the pin to chain
I see
CC.
pocket. Let's push Greenwich.
And I like how they don't overextend, they don't overstay their visit. In case they do get chased out, they maintain the rejuves for safety. So they didn't actually consume any of the rejuves. But they don't need to. But it's still a safe play because they don't want to risk taking the fight in their base when they're very rich. And I like these buys as well. Vortex Web because he can Vortex Web into a pin. And then Divine Barrier just to get rid of any Pocket Affliction. Probably on himself, actually. Just because Pocket Affliction is what's going to kill him. Or most likely going to kill him. It is the biggest threat to the Abrams right now.
Yamato's on the roof.
Good Vortex Web to pull them away from the door. But good job on Pauper's Peoples for getting the Walker. They really needed that flex slot. Surprised he didn't buy Scourge? Well, that's what he's getting next. Yeah, there was no hesitation on taking the door. Like, he's not scared. He doesn't need to. That's a big kill on Xeno. And the biggest thing is that they're staggering these deaths.
I see Apollo.
Good cancel on the Apollo ult.
You guys getting the message yet?
And he's afflicted, so he wants to reset. They don't want to risk any more deaths. I really like the Spirit Burn changes. I think that's what they should have done to begin with. They just made it more of like, they just give the HP, but they added it to the active portion only. So it's whoever the target's on gets the debuff resist rather than just having the free innate debuff resist. The extra stamina for the Abrams was kind of insane with the,
Let's take out guys.
but yeah, the Mystic Shot and Spirit Burn with Tank Buster is just insane. That's a huge pin. The fact that he dies there is actually insane. He got bursted down so fast, but the fact that the Geist didn't die was probably Pauper's People's like biggest win con. But it's still a big charge. It's just crazy that he did get bursted down. I do find it funny how he bought Battle Vest just for the stats of it. And it's just, literally just for the Geist. But this is insane. Saiah actually pops off here. He buys so much time from the enemy. And so much attention. And he still has the burst heal of Resto. He has Vortex Web. He goes through the door, but then he pulls people. He pulls these people back into the mid boss pit, which is crazy.
Need to press the advantage.
Like he used the doorman's door against them.
Let's take out Flash.
But yeah, it still baffles me how many melees he's just able to get off for free. And yeah, just like that, it's game over.
We gotta keep this up.
They don't even care about the mid boss. It's just Yamato. They have the wave, and just like that, it's GG's. That was just a crazy fight though at the end though. That one fight made me want to watch Saiah this game.